Hello guys, so we are here again with further update on little Saraya Paulwell and her mommy Tashana Patterson. Now, so far we understand up to this point that Mr. Paulwell's girlfriend, baby mother number one, is responsible for their demise, and there's a need to get the DNA samples done. However, due to the far decomposition of the evidence, in terms of, you can imagine how it is, they really try to burn it out as much as possible. We have DNA places here in Jamaica that is capable of getting the DNA. So obviously they get something, but they want to make sure, say, whatever them have, concrete can hold up against Leoda Bradshaw, because remember, say, she's a lawyer as well, and she know how to play this out to the T. So our local investigators are turning to their international counterparts in the United States for help in the probe of the kidnapping of 10-month-old Saraya Paulwell and her mother Tashana Patterson, who was 27 years old. It is understood that DNA samples of the human remains found in the hills of East Kingston on Friday have been sent to the Center for Disease Control (CDC) in the US for conclusive determination if they match those of Saraya and their mother. Remember those remains that they found after the hitman who had taken them out was attacked by another hitman employed by the same Miss Bradshaw. So he decided was to turn himself in, give the whole story, give all the evidence he had, and take them to where he had committed this heinous crime. However, as you know, he's very important to the investigation because he's the one that is making sure that the authorities get all the evidence that they are needed. But we still need more help. So that is the reason why some of the evidence have to be sent to the US, so we know, so we have concrete, solid evidence that laws and gimmicks can't get Leoda Bradshaw out of it. Saraya is the daughter of Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, Phillip Paulwell. Our sources say DNA testing was done locally. However, the quality of the DNA extracted from the remains were so degraded and minute due to the intensity of the heat. Oh gosh, can you imagine? Yo, I wouldn't like to imagine that scene at all. Because that heat was fueled by the gasoline used to burn the bodies. That local technology was unable to definitely conclusively determine their identities. So now the samples were sent away to the US, to the CDC, for further more in-depth testing to be done. The question was put to the Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn, if it was true that the remains were sent to the US for help. You know that she's going to be politically correct and she will not be caught up in something that says she said or she didn't say. However, her response was that they will leave nothing unturned to make sure they get some DNA results from the remains that was found in Rockfort. And trust me, that's what we want to hear. So they're going to do everything to make sure we get the defined result. Because trust me, a lot of us here is waiting on it. So we can make even further pronouncement on that which. However, Paula Llewellyn furtherly said the police have been acting on her office's advice in ensuring the evidence in this case meets robust standards, meaning they don't want to go to court and it can't stand up in court. They want to make sure say it's solid and concrete with no chance for any failures, that it will stand the test of time in any courthouse in Jamaica or anywhere in the world. Yes, we love that. Okay, so that was Paula Llewellyn, the rector of public prosecution. She was speaking to a reporter on Nationwide on Monday. However, 4 people remained in custody connected to what has been treated as a kidnapping investigation with potential charge of conspiracy to taking out Licoseria Paulwell and Tashana Patterson. However, the prime suspect in this old organized situation and premeditation is Leoda Bradshaw, and she also shares a child with MP Phillip Paulwell. There is also an alleged rumor that some time ago she had written a letter to her church asking them to pray for her man, Phillip Paulwell, to stop fraternizing with other partners up by the University of the West Indies. Meaning, I guess he's a guy that just wants to go out and have fun and enjoy himself, but is not up to this criteria of being in a relationship and staying loyal. You know, this is YouTube, so I have to say it the politically correct way for those who can understand what I'm saying. And to think that she did something like that, that means she know he's promiscuous and he has other mates. But why go after Miss Patterson so hard? You know, the thing is I think it's because Miss Patterson have the baby and others have not really come for. You have other children, but others is not really a competition to her in terms of having a child with him. And of course, Miss Patterson was younger. I don't know if that was a situation as well. Whichever way, it's one of the most gruesome, gut-gripping, heart-wrenching crime that I can ever think of in this life. Because when you think about a 10-month-old baby and their mother, and you do all this to them over a man who is still not loyal to you, but yet still you're hurting people for him, pulling up families. You ever stop to think about her family, Miss Patterson family, what they are going through? And you, Miss Leoda Bradshaw, supposed to be a mother? No, sir. There's a curse on the ground you ever even walked on. You're not only heartless, but calculating, because you went as far as to get someone to take them out. You know, this is the bit that gets me. How does somebody sit and think and plan this? You get someone to take them out, and then you get someone else to take out the person that you had gotten to take them out. Then what would have happened to the person, that the second person that you get? Would you have taken them out yourself? What would have been the situation? And how far would you go? I pray to God that nothing will be left unturned where you can stand a chance of not going to the gas chambers, because you don't even deserve the air that you breathe, and you're supposed to get the full length of justice. Anyway, guys, as usual, I will keep you updated as soon as more information becomes available. And you know, this is one that we have to see right through to the end. If not for anything else, but for little Saraya Paulwell and her mother. Bless.